And welcome back to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Steve Swat. My guest this segment is Bill Slayton, a member of the Board of Directors for SMUD, the Sacramento Municipal Utilities District. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Steve. It's a pleasure to be here.
I know SMUD is in the middle of a, really, I guess it's testing phase, where you're testing the so-called smart meters before full installation for all of your customers. One, how's that going? And two, tell folks at home exactly what a smart meter is.
Yeah. Well, this project has been several years in the making, and our plan ultimately is to replace all the meters in the Sacramento area in our service territory, which is 615,000 meters. So we're starting with about 50,000 as a pilot to make sure everything works properly. But what this is that instead of just one-way communication, right now today the meter that you have on your home may be the same type of meter that you might have had 60, 70 years ago. And it communicates only one direction. We deliver the electricity and the little wheels turn, and then once a month you get a bill. And what these new meters allow us to do is to really have a two-way conversation with customers. And ultimately that will give customers a chance to see how they're using energy. And as a result of that, be able to use tools and information to make energy decisions in their own home or their own business. So
how would that work? I mean, what would my readout look like?
Well,
then?
For example, by 2011, you'll be able to go to a website and see yesterday's energy use, what you used yesterday, hour by hour, to see how you're using energy. In the summertime, for example, you might see that when the air conditioner kicks on, that your usage goes up. So one thing is the ability to get information. Then the next thing is to be able to make adjustments. And for example, this type of technology ultimately will give customers the ability to have tools either to remotely adjust. For example, let's say you've left on vacation and you forgot to adjust your thermostat so you could save money. Well, you could pick up the telephone or your iPhone or several other means or through the web and adjust that thermostat and save money in the meantime. So that's what customers get. We're pursuing it right now and putting it in because it has a significant impact on the cost of running the utility. And of course, our costs get passed on in terms of rates that you and I pay as electric consumers. So this saves us a tremendous amount of effort, for example, in reading the meters. Just a simple thing, instead of a truck having to go out and pollute the atmosphere and go read all those meters, we'll be able to read them electronically from the headquarters of SMUD. Saves a tremendous amount of money.
Now, isn't this, that's amazing, isn't this also an enabler of sorts to get us onto a smart grid?
Well, it is, and you know, again, the system was built in a world where it was one way. We generated electricity, delivered it to you, you flip the light switch and use it. In today's world, what's coming at us is two-way. We're going to have the ability to have distributed generation. There are people who are considering people who have put solar on their roofs, who have put wind turbines out, and that generation happening out in our system needs to be monitored and managed. So we have to have a grid that can adjust so that if solar panels are producing electricity and a cloud comes over and that reduces the amount of electricity, we've got to have a grid that's smart enough to make up for that. Because the one thing SMUD has, that we've had for 60 years, is a very reliable electrical system. And we want to make sure that continues. So the system is going to have to adjust itself for both changes that people do in terms of their usage and generation that happens throughout the district.
I know you're in the testing phase right now. You've got, what, 50,000 of these out?
Yeah, we're going to put out, we're just about to get our 50,000 mark, which will allow us to test and make sure it's all operating properly, because there's a lot of technology behind this. And before we roll it out to all of our customers, we want to make sure it works well. Customers really won't see a difference. The bills will be the same. The charges for electricity will be the same. So they'll actually see no difference right away until we start to roll out these additional tools.
All right. Well, interesting information and a very interesting program that all of us in the SMUD system will see and hear about and feel in the coming years. And so thanks for coming in and talking about it.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks to our viewers, of course, for watching Comcast Newsmakers. We hope to see you next time.